Welcome to another edition of ICANN Media. I'm your host, Rob Hislop. We are at the Global Petroleum Show, and you can meet all kinds of interesting people just walking around here, and that's what we've got for you right now. An interesting gentleman here, Curtis Williams. Thanks very much for joining us on ICANN Media.
Thank you for having me.
Your T-shirt basically says what your company is. The boom ain't dead. Are you surviving? Explain to us a little bit about what you got going on.
Well, basically 3 months ago, I was working in Williston, North Dakota, and looking to buy a T-shirt, and didn't like what I saw from a variety standpoint and a style standpoint, as well as I was tired of all the negative media asking if the oil boom was dead or not, and basically making a lot of people feel powerless because they were worried about that more than just focused on what they need to do. And I waited a little bit, and the boom ain't dead came to me as a good shirt idea. And as soon as I said that to myself, what it represented was a lot more than a T-shirt. What basically was following whatever you're passionate about, and not waiting for the media or anyone else to tell you whether or not you're going to be successful, but you make that decision internally. So if you're talking the oil boom, we say, no, the boom ain't dead, and we'll let you know that so you can get on with your life and continue doing whatever you love to do.
So why did you decide, I mean, obviously the boom ain't dead has to do with oil, but why are you here at the Global Petroleum Show?
I'm just here at the Global Petroleum Show just to meet people, market, network, and it's really paid off, and just basically practicing what we preach and going out on a limb and doing things differently. So I've talked to different provinces, different states, and just introduced myself and what I'm about, and it's really about empowering people and being an example, revitalizing businesses as they come out of the downturn to reinvent their brand, their image, and adjust to the way business is going to work in the future, whether that's social media marketing, just reaching the demographic that most companies have trouble reaching, which is the actual workforce and the up-and-coming workforce that's going to actually support our economy in the years to come.
And you're not without experience in the oil industry.
Oh, no, I'm not. I have a business degree and moved from Seattle to Victoria a few years ago and couldn't find work, and started at the bottom of the barrel, roughnecking on a drilling rig in Drayton Valley. So I learned firsthand the struggles it takes to find work, as well as I felt like there's a lot of employees that feel they don't have a voice in big companies based on their position, not on what they have to say. So we're really encourage people to share their great ideas and go out on a limb and follow whatever they're passionate about. Not just oil, the boom can be whatever it is to you. It could be the oil boom, whatever you like to do it, and just don't settle. Raise your standard of living and don't settle is the main thing.
So you've spent time on the rigs, and obviously you're aware of the situation surrounding it. What are your thoughts when you hear the environmentalists trying to basically shut down operations?
Well, there's always two sides to a story, and everything can be improved. Whatever we're doing today, we can do better tomorrow. And again, the time is right for a lot of people to come out and share their views based on the downturn. So when things are great, people are quiet, and when things are poor, sometimes that's the best time to discuss their views. There's a lot of things that the energy environment contributes to, good and bad, like in any industry, right? So there's a good story and a bad story to everything.
So are you going to be coming out with new slogans and like supporting the oil industry? Is that part of what you're doing as well?
Yeah, I mean, we support any industry. So we're always evolving, and whatever you're passionate about, we're a brand. So the boom ain't dead is a brand, and the literal meaning resonates very well with the energy industry, but it can resonate with whatever you like to do, and anything that could come as adversity in overcoming that. So we have some special things coming up in the Houston area and doing some things different with some professional athlete endorsement, things that have never been done from a marketing standpoint in the oil and gas world. That's never happened.
So you've also had a chance to meet some politicians since you've been here. You were invited to a dinner last night, if I've got that right, and tell me how that encounter went.
It was great. I got invited by the governor of Alberta to the economic development reception last night, and I spoke with the director and people that run that department, gave them some T-shirts, explained what I was doing, networked a bit, and it was great, and they all loved it. It was definitely a new experience. I definitely stood out. You don't see too many African Americans and young people as CEOs and presidents with tattoos, but I said we represent the workforce, the actual workforce. I networked a bit, and I ended up actually networking with the servers that were working the show. And because I know they would look at me, what the heck is this? Why are we serving this guy? What's going on? I said, you know what? We're about you guys, because if you hit the lotto, what would you do? And the young man said, I'm into cars and vehicles. I said, well, you know what? Don't settle for this. have your passion, and you can do whatever you want, so don't ever think you can't, right? Because I was in their shoes just years ago doing the same thing.
So how can people find out more about The Boom Ain't Dead?
We're on all social media, and it's theboomaintdead.com. It's trademarked, and we're available now for people to look, empower themselves, better themselves, and our merchandise will be in stores shortly as well.
Curtis, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right, we've been chatting with Curtis Williams here on ICANN Media.